I pray that we leave this world where being wrong about things is considered cool. Stephen A. Smith decided to give his take on the last report released by the FBI about January 6, where they said there were multiple FBI informants in the crowd. Around 20 informants in a crowd of 30, 40, 50,000. I know the entire world is reporting on this incorrectly, and it's really cool to be wrong about things now. But these were not FBI agents. The report did not confirm any agents in the crowd. They did confirm that there were former FBI informants. Being an informant does not mean you're an agent. It means that at some point in the past 5, 10, or 20 years, you informed the FBI on something, which it makes sense if you have multiple militia groups there, that some of them may have been caught up in federal cases before. In fact, the first people inside the Capitol were the Proud Boys, the same group that Donald Trump said stand back and stand by in the debate versus Joe Biden. Those were the first people in the Capitol. They incited the riot, the people that Donald Trump directed to be there. Or, I'm sorry, I know you care about facts once Daddy's involved. He didn't direct them, there's no evidence of direction, but he did encourage them to do this. This FBI report actually confirmed that the FBI had no involvement with anyone there on that day. That's the point of the report. It proved Democrats right. It proved Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Republicans to be liars. But of course, Stephen A. Smith has been sucking up to the right wing, and he believes the X/Twitter version of this story, which is usually, as it is here, the opposite of the truth. Before we talk about Stephen A. Smith, please make sure you drop a like on the video.
The news comes amidst a bombshell report from the Justice Department that revealed the FBI had at least 26 confidential informants on the ground when the Capitol was stormed on January 6, 2021. The report says most of the informants engaged in illegal activity during the chaos. The Justice Department says only 3 of its 26 informants present had been instructed to observe potential domestic terrorist suspects on the day of the riot. The rest of the 23 appeared to have gone to the Capitol on their own accord.
Remember, no agents were there, and 3 of the informants were directed to be there. The rest were just there randomly. And it's not that big of a far-fetched scenario when there's that many people.
Upon hearing news of the report, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance posted the following on X, quote, "For those keeping score at home, this was labeled a dangerous conspiracy theory months ago," end quote. Didn't hear anything about that for the election. Didn't hear anything about that when the quote-unquote insurrection was broached.
All right, so Stephen A. Smith fully grifting with the whole quote-unquote insurrection thing. And talking about J.D. Vance was proved wrong by this document. If you go in and actually read it, Republicans and their conspiracy theory about January 6, that was disproven even further. Nothing Republicans have said about January 6 has been true at all. But Stephen A. Smith does zero research. They buy into the right-wing framing and the right-wing propaganda. It was encouraged and incited by militia groups, right-wing militia groups. J.D. Vance's claim is that FBI agents caused January 6 and convinced the crowd to do illegal activities. There is zero proof of anything. That has been disproven heavily, multiple times. Stop repeating it unless if you are a dishonest person.
Vice President Kamala Harris is the Democratic nominee. The belief that Donald Trump was a danger to democracy and using this as a profound, illuminating bullet point to make that case. And now here we are yet again finding even more evidence to Donald Trump's claims when he articulated that the process is rigged.
I kind of think he's doing this on purpose. He's hitting every single talking point that a right-wing Trump believer and follower of God Emperor Trump would want him to say. Rigging the election, J.D. Vance is right, Democrats wrong, blah, blah.
My big issue is that I'm really, really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. I mean, I see Republicans like Megyn Kelly or Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or, you know, the Sean Hannitys of the world. You know what I'm getting tired of? You know what I'm getting to the Democratic Party? You know what I'm getting really pissed off about?
Yes, the classic example of someone doing zero research and blaming Democrats because they don't understand it.
I'm getting really ticked off at every time they open their mouth about something pertaining to y'all, they seem right. And every time they made those accusations, we turn around and find out that at least some of them are guilty of the same shit.
Disclaimer, both parties have done bad things. But okay, if we have a conversation about the facts of what Stephen A. is talking about right now, all this emotional, dramatic, intense energy coming from Stephen A. Smith is based on complete lies. And he says Republicans seem correct. And Democrats seem like they were lying. And it seems like Trump is right. It seems that way. We should be forming opinions around fact, but it's obvious this opinion is focused around emotions and vibes and not wanting to pick up the actual report to read it. It's all vibes. It's all crying and lashing out at something you don't understand. Do the work. Be a man. Be a fully grown adult man and read. Make sure you talk about stuff with facts, any grounding in factual basis at all. But just like all these other politicians, Stephen A. Smith is another actor. Of course he's an actor. That's his entire role on television, is a fake sports debater where he doesn't even debate sports honestly. How is he going to talk about politics honestly if he can't talk about sports in an honest manner? Stephen A. Smith is amazing at manufacturing debates and conversations and arguments out of nothing. That's why he makes so much money, because he can do that. He's a drama machine. Of course, that's what he's good at.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of all of it. They've actually made Donald Trump look like he was right instead of them.
Every single long dramatic pause. I'm not going to wait that long, but it's so dramatic. It's such an act. It's pathetic. It's really pathetic and contributing to this environment. I see Stephen A.'s comments being used by neo-Nazi accounts on Twitter right now. Genuine neo-Nazi accounts where they just post about race science and about how black people are inferior to white people. That's the crowd Stephen A. Smith is joining with this kind of very just like dumb self-serving content. Please make sure you drop a like, subscribe, consider donating at the link down below. It's really fun to do these videos. I want to keep on doing videos about these topics, but politics are going to get pretty crazy pretty soon in America. So having your support, especially, I don't know what's going to happen as far as Trump going after people who make content that's anti-Trump. But yeah, even if you cannot contribute financially, please share this video around to Facebook groups, subreddits. I need your help to spread my message because I don't have money or connections. So you are the only people I have. You're the only ones that can help me get out there. So if you like this video, please share it, show it some love. But yeah, thank you for watching.